It's been very productive. It started off as being a great supplier of vegetables and grapes and mixed foods for the struggling colony in Sydney, and first really got going because of what they call the cow pastures, which is the 15 cattle that they bought out on the first fleet. Were stationed at Parramatta, and one of the convicts let them out one night and they couldn't find them. Didn't find them for 5 years, and when they found them just on our flats down at the south end of our property, they built huts out here and just sort of started to manage the cattle, trying to quieten them because they hadn't seen a human for 5 years, so they were pretty wild. But they were fat, and there was 45 of them, so they realised that the pastures here must be pretty good. It is very productive down on the river and creek flats. The soil's good, but not very productive from an agricultural point of view on the hills where the soil is a lot shallower and not as fertile. Once deregulation came in, that took the floor out of the price of milk, and we've been struggling as a dairy ever since then. My wife comes from Cootamundra, and she said that we're going to end up selling this and buying a property out west because obviously the land value is very high here, and that's certainly what all the other farmers around here were doing. One of the other things of being close to the city is that there's an enormous supply of organic matter in the city, and I realised really only a few years after I left school that the best place for that organic matter was on a farm, fertilising a crop rather than being in a piece of landfill. So we've tried various types of organic waste application on this property, including chook manure. There's a lot of chook sheds in the Sydney Basin, and that was very successful, far better and more productive than using chemical fertilisers. And then we started injecting a bit of food waste into the ground, and that worked quite well, but there are a few crooks in the waste disposal business, and so we gave that away because we just couldn't trust the people that were bringing the stuff to. So anyway, since then we've got on to stable waste, and stable waste has been absolutely fabulous. It's completely rejuvenated our soils and made the whole farm far more viable. And I suppose the main thing it's done is increase the water holding capacity of the soil. We have a 28-inch annual rainfall here. That's about 830 mils, and it's improved our capability to hold on to that water by about probably 100%. It also has a fair bit of nitrogen and phosphorus in the manure, just because it is animal waste that's mixed with the wood shavings. So it's probably been the most regenerative practice that we've had here. A bloke came out and saw them. He said, "You used to have soil like terracotta, now you've got soil like chocolate cake," and I think that's pretty much summed it up.